Avengers Doomsday's first teaser is officially out now. Marvel knew that they can't control these leaks anymore, so they finally decided to release it online. Let's break it down. So the trailer starts with an aerial shot of a male figure riding a motorcycle. The scene cuts, and in next shot, we see Steve's and Peggy's house. It is the same house which we saw at the end of Avengers Endgame. We hear a soft piano Avengers theme in the background, which was a perfect choice for this teaser. Then the guy pulls up his bike next to the house. He removes his helmet, and then the camera focuses on his hand, and we notice a ring on his fingers, which shows that Steve and Peggy are now married. He enters in the house, and cut to next scene, we see Captain America's suit, and this is the same suit which he wore in Endgame, and he traveled back in time in the same suit. He puts the suit in the box and closes it, which shows that he's not going to wear this suit for a while now. In next scene, we see him carrying a baby in his arms, and then the camera rotates, and we finally see the face of Steve Rogers.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Then screen cuts to black, and a text appears on screen that Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. Then we see the release date and a new Avengers A logo. Then a timer begins to the release date of Avengers Doomsday. There will be 3 more teasers like this. The second one will feature Thor, which has also been leaked online. You can go watch this video where I've talked about it. The third teaser will be on Doctor Doom, and we'll get to see the first look of RDJ as Doom in that teaser, but it'll be released in theaters only. And the fourth teaser will be the full teaser trailer of the movie, featuring multiple characters, and we'll get to see a bit more about Avengers Doomsday. Back to the first teaser. Notice how the text says Steve Rogers, not Captain America, because he's not Captain America in MCU anymore. Sam Wilson is the Captain America, and in this teaser, we see everything. His bike, house, suit, helmet. The only thing missing was his shield, and that is because Thanos broke his shield in the final battle of Avengers Endgame, and he traveled back in time without the shield. But he'll get the shield somewhere in between the movie, or he might not use the shield at all, because he could be playing Nomad, and he can't possibly come out as Captain America. Because the timeline he's in, there's already a Captain America trapped in ice. So there are 2 characters remain for him to play. One is Captain Hydra, which is a bit evil version of Captain America. And judging by the teaser, we can see that Captain is living a very happy life, and he's not evil. So he won't be playing Captain Hydra unless Dr. Doom manipulates and recruits him. The second possible character is Nomad. Nomad is basically Steve Rogers without the title of Captain America. In comics, when Steve found out how corrupt the government had become, he drops the shield and flag and starts calling himself Nomad, a man without a country. Nomad is like the version of Steve who's done being a symbol. He doesn't represent anyone, he just follows his own code. He's a good character, and still helps people, and stops crime as Nomad. And a few time ago, there were rumors that Steve Rogers is going to play Nomad, so it can happen. Now, the kid Steve is holding, I'm not sure about that because in comics, Steve doesn't have a kid in the main timeline, although in a different timeline, he has a kid with Natasha in comics, and his kid name was James Rogers. But he doesn't have a kid with Peggy. So it is something new, and it'll be interesting to see who his kid is. Because there are some very wild internet theories going on, one of them is that his kid was Tony Stark. So let me explain how this theory works. In Avengers Endgame, Steve and Tony time travel to 4th July 1970. That's where Tony meets his father, and Howard tells him that his wife is pregnant. But Tony's birthday is on May 29th, 1970. So that means that Howard's wife was not pregnant with Tony Stark. So when Cap goes to meet Howard, he realizes that Tony is not their son. So he gives his own child to Howard. And then the kid grows up to become Tony Stark. As I said, this is a very wild theory. But if we look into the comics, in the main Marvel timeline, Earth 616 Tony was not the biological son of Howard Stark. He was adopted. His real parents were S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. And then Howard adopts him and trains him. And he grows up as a genius. There are some other theories as well that he was adopted from Latveria, but wherever he was adopted from, he's not the biological son of Howard Stark. And it'll be interesting to see if they'll show it in the MCU or not. And if he was adopted from Latveria, then you know who this kid is. Well, let's end this video here. I'll upload more videos on this topic because the leaks aren't going to stop anytime soon. And I hope they'll release the final teaser on YouTube and not in theaters. Well, wherever they release it, we'll break it down. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.